Okay, we're now getting into the final five selections. Pick 27 to pick 31. Once again, no pick 32. Patriots lost that pick due to the Deflategate scandal. At pick 27, we got the Green Bay Packers. Now again, when you're getting this late into the first round, things can kind of go because sometimes people they don't go need, maybe they go value. Someone falls, so people slip, right? So you don't know here, but I think Reggie Ragland makes a lot of sense for Green Bay. One, the reports are that they might want to move Clay Matthews back to outside linebacker, where Clay Matthews was at his best, and he did well at inside linebacker. He had a really good season last year, but we all remember Clay Matthews for the sacks and this big celebration after getting them and everything. And if they can find that for that form for Matthews again, then that'd be great. But I think maybe they feel pressured to put him in. At inside linebacker, well, Reggie Ragland is a true hard-nosed inside linebacker, run stuffer, head down, straight into the hole type of guy. He is an absolute leader, and I feel that he could just be the perfect fit for the Green Bay fans. I think they would absolutely love him. He has wonderful instincts, and I think that Ragland could be perfect in Green Bay. So I really like that pick because offensively, they don't have anything to address there. You got Rodgers, Cobb, Jordy's coming back. The interesting thing is, I saw that Eddie Lacy apparently is already getting into shape, which makes you say, finally, right? I mean, it took you long enough, but apparently they're interested in Matt Forte. It makes you wonder, what does that mean for Eddie Lacy? Maybe there's a trade that could be coming because I can't imagine they keep Forte and Lacy on the roster at the same time. So that's something very interesting to keep your eye out for. Now, pick 28, the Kansas City Chiefs here. I got Andrew Billings. And again, this goes back to what I said about how tough it is to figure out where D tackles are going to go. For me, I really like Andrew Billings. I like the potential. The kid's not even 21. He just turned 20. He's a youngster. He really is, and I think Andy Reid would love the opportunity to get his hands on a guy like Billings. They have needs on the defensive line. They just got Tamba Hali back, but interior they're losing people to free agency. There's a number of guys that have entered free agency on their defense, and there's people that they have to address, like Mike DeVito and things like that. I think they can put Billings in, and he might not make as big an impact as some of the other D tackles in this class right away, but his potential but with the fact though that he can make an impact right away. Don't get me wrong, I think that he's really good. That's why I have him going ahead of guys like Rankins and Reed. But to me, his ceiling is probably the highest behind Kim Dichie. I would probably say I think he has a higher ceiling than Sean Robinson, but I saw that's why I really really do like Andrew Billings. Okay, now we get to pick 29, Arizona Cardinals. Hopefully Tyrann Mathieu comes back. I just want to say that I think that he is one of the, he's one of the best secondary players in the league, and you really love to see things kind of go the other way, right? You look at Johnny Manziel, the issues, and that's why people shy away from these guys. But it gives people with off-field issues who are willing to fix what they've done wrong in the past a second chance. And I think that is something that Tyrann Mathieu did. That's why I got Noah Spence going top 10. But that's why you could also, but on the other end of things, that's why Kim Dichie might fall out, because it's a big trust thing here. And this doesn't have to do with this pick, but it's just kind of something that, popped into my head and I wanted to say. For the Cardinals, though, I think they go defensive end here. Outside linebacker is what Leonard Floyd's position is, but I think that he's going to be rushing the quarterback a lot. I think that's what's going to be asked of him. Floyd is a guy who I'm kind of struggling with on where to put him. There are people who like Floyd at 11. Mel Kiper released his mock draft today, had Floyd at 11 to the Bears. I got him all the way down to 29. And I'm not saying I know more than Mel Kiper, but that's just how I see it going, and that's what I think makes sense for Floyd, and I think the pick makes a lot of sense for the Cardinals. Last season, their sack leader was Dwight Freeney. Now, Dwight Freeney is a great player, could be a Hall of Famer, but he's 36. You can't be relying on a guy who will then be 37 to be your sack leader. You bring in a fresh guy like Floyd, who has a lot of versatility, though. As an outside linebacker, that means that he can drop back into coverage, can be put in different blitz packages. You let Bruce Arians get his hands on him, and I think that he can really use Floyd in a bunch of different ways to make him extremely useful. Pick 30, the Carolina Panthers, the everyone's favorite team for a little bit, or least favorite team, right? You either hated or loved them. They have some things that they need to address, though, on defense. Defensive end is a position that they need to address, but with Floyd gone, they also might have to address defensive tackle with Kawan Short in free agency. And that's where I think Sheldon Rankins comes into play. I think they can go Rankins even if Short comes back. Because when you look at rankings, and the reason why to me for he falls, and I know a lot of guys have him up, but for me, I just don't see the potential that I see as much in the other guys, and that's just kind of why I have Rankins fall. But he might be most ready to make an impact out of those guys, so maybe that's why they have rankings up there, but I just don't see the potential. I don't think that he has the highest ceiling, of the group. But at pick 30, I think that it makes a lot of sense for the Panthers, and you allow Juan Rivera to, get one. You allow these good coaches like Bruce Arians, Andy Reid, Rex Ryan, Juan Rivera to get their hands on these defensive youngsters, and they can turn them into beasts. And Sheldon Rankins over at Carolina, he could turn into a beast. I would not be surprised at all. Pick 31, final pick of the first round. Broncos are in a really tough spot here, aren't they? They are in a really tough spot. Peyton's gone, but they were ready for that. But they're going to be battling it out with the Texans, maybe even the Rams for Brock Osweiler. There's no guarantee Osweiler's back. They've franchised tag Von Miller, but eventually he's going to command a lot of money. Malik Jackson's gone. You could end up seeing Danny Trevathan in Chicago, as we mentioned. So a lot of things that are pretty interesting for the Broncos, but also C.J. Anderson and Ronnie Hillman. Their two running backs both enter free agency. They can replace it pretty easily by getting Derrick Henry. I know a lot of people think that Henry should fall out of the first round. I don't know why. Let's not act like Derrick Henry's good. He had a really good combine, and I think that kind of shut people up pretty quickly. It's a need for the Broncos. It's a cheaper option than bringing back Anderson or Hillman. It's a cheaper option, and he's probably better. I think he's better than the both of them. I love the pick. I think it makes I think it makes so much sense for the Broncos. I think they'd be foolish to let Henry slide past them. But I think that you could see Henry move up as we get closer to the combine. He might not be there, but if he's there at pick 31, I think that the Broncos have to make that selection. But that is the first round. Thank you, everyone. If you watched all of the videos, I really appreciate it. Leave your feedback, though, in the comments. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? What do you agree with? What do you disagree with? Comment on these final 5 picks. Do you think Ragland's a good fit in Green Bay? Should Derrick Henry be a first-rounder? Is he too low? What do you think on all of that? Like the video, check out the full mock draft. It's in its entirety. Click the link in the description to my blog. You'll find that there. Going to be giving you plenty of draft updates as April 28th gets closer. So make sure you check all that good stuff out. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.